There's something incredibly powerful about a man who doesn't chase attention, but still commands it. The kind of man who walks into a room and doesn't say a word, yet somehow people notice. He doesn't try to lead, but others follow. He doesn't explain himself, but his actions speak louder than words. That's the Sigma male. And what drives him? What fuels his quiet strength, his calm determination, and his refusal to follow the crowd? Welcome back to Alpha Man Cave. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something no one really talks about: the secret motivations of Sigma males. These hidden forces explain why Sigma males live the way they do, why they choose the shadows instead of the spotlight, and how they quietly rise above the noise. 1. They love proving doubters wrong, without saying a word. Sigma males don't argue when someone tells them they can't do something. They just do it. If someone says, "You'll never finish that project," or "You're not cut out for that job," the Sigma doesn't start a debate. He just nods, then works in silence. Months later, he'll have finished the project, crushed the job, maybe even started his own business. But he won't post it online. He won't brag. He doesn't need validation. The victory is personal. He knows he did it, and that's all that matters. And if the doubters never find out, that's fine by him. 2. They study people from a distance. Sigma males are watchers. While others dive into group conversations and social games, Sigmas hang back. They listen. They notice who's genuine, who's fake, who's trying too hard, and who's hiding something. They're not antisocial. They just prefer to understand people before trusting them. By observing how others talk, compete, and act when no one's watching, the Sigma builds a map of the social world. That's how he stays in control. He chooses his words carefully, avoids drama, and moves through life with quiet confidence. 3. They turn down parties to work on personal goals. Most people think weekends are for chilling, partying, or going out. Sigma males? Not always. You'll often find them at home building something, writing, learning a new skill, fixing a problem, or chasing a dream. It's not that they hate fun. They just prefer purpose over pleasure. While others are out talking about life, Sigma males are building theirs. They understand that the time they invest today will create freedom tomorrow. 4. They avoid obligations that feel forced. Sigma males don't go along with things just because everyone else does. Birthdays, office parties, holiday traditions. If it doesn't feel meaningful to them, they'd rather sit it out. They're not being rude. They're being real. They believe every moment is valuable. So if an event feels like a waste of time or a fake performance, they quietly step away and use that time for something that matters more, like rest, reflection, or personal work. 5. They're driven to outgrow their old self. Unlike most people, Sigma males don't compare themselves to others. They compare themselves to their past self. They're constantly asking, "Am I better than I was last year? Have I learned something new? Have I faced a fear or built a habit I used to avoid?" They might not talk about it, but behind the scenes, they're improving their skills, health, mindset, and lifestyle, step by step. Their biggest competition? The man in the mirror. 6. They reject validation from people who don't understand them. Sigma males have layers. They're deep, introspective, and often misunderstood. So when someone who doesn't really know them gives a compliment or criticism, it doesn't hit hard. They're not moved by shallow praise or petty insults. Instead, they value honest feedback from people who truly take the time to understand them. That's rare, and they know it. That's why they only open up to a few. The rest, polite smile, and they move on. 7. They want to leave something that lasts. Many Sigma males carry a quiet mission: to create something that outlives them. It could be a book, a brand, a business, or a message that inspires others. It doesn't have to be famous, but it has to matter. They're grateful for life, and they want to give back something real. That's why they stay up late working, even when no one sees. Because deep down, they believe their work might help someone one day, and that keeps them going. 8. They crave freedom over everything. At the core of every Sigma male is one deep desire: freedom. Freedom to wake up when he chooses. Freedom to work on what he loves. Freedom to say no to things that don't serve him. This drive shapes how he builds his career, how he forms relationships, and how he plans his life. If a job, system, or person tries to take away his independence, he backs off. To the Sigma, freedom isn't just a goal. It's the fuel for everything he does. So if you've ever felt the need to walk your own path, if you've ever felt misunderstood but driven by something deeper, if you've ever chosen growth over attention, then maybe, just maybe, you've got the heart of a Sigma male. These secret motivations aren't about being distant or difficult. They're about staying true to yourself, even when no one's watching. Thanks for being part of Alpha Man Cave, where we dig deeper into the minds of real men, not the loudest ones, but the ones who quietly build empires. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on this journey of self-mastery. Check out our next video to learn why Sigma males are born leaders, even though they refuse to lead the traditional way. Until next time, stay sharp, stay silent, and keep evolving.